Yes, the recording just got started. So now let's go back to our topic. So the first topic that we are going to discuss today, and I expect that all of you have already access to SolidWorks, because in this complete bootcamp we are not providing any license or anything, right? Uh, so please make sure that you have access to SolidWorks. The version doesn't matter, because you just have to learn the process, the steps, because from SolidWorks, I think 2019 to 2025, the interface is almost similar. Each year they are adding some features, but the interface is still the same. So you don't have to worry about the versions. The only thing is the compatibility. Like if I am working in future version, you cannot open that file into the lower version. So it's super important to learn the process, not the version of the SolidWorks. It's you can just work on it. Yes, let me just answer a few questions in the group also. Okay, so the class link, someone is asking for the class link. Uh, check your email. Yeah. So again, I'm repeating, if you have any questions, we'll be opening the 15 minutes window at the end of this session, the today's session, so you can ask your questions. And until then, and if someone needs anything or any help, you can get back to me on my personal number from the WhatsApp group. You can get my number, you can message me, right? But now we are going to start this session, so please cooperate with me. And there are almost 20 participants have joined anyway. So okay, just let me check what are the things that we're going to deliver today. Yes, so the first thing that we'll be learn about, like why SolidWorks, why didn't we choose any other software, because all of you have shown interest into that software. uh, what is the reason behind it? And the reason is straightforward. It's an industry standard software. Most of the industry, whether it's a medium scale industry or larger scale industries or MNC companies, they are all using and preferring SolidWorks, and all because of its acceptability, because SolidWorks has established themselves as the industry standard software. They are able to handle all kind of different projects, whether it's related to robotics, or whether it's related to product design, whether it's related to industrial design, whether it's related to medical research, or any kind of machineries. In every industry, SolidWorks has proven that it is one of the industry standard software. And that's why and because of that, the demand for this software is also very high. Like if you are an engineer, and I believe you are an engineer, then definitely uh, you have seen so many openings related to SolidWorks into the industry. And it's because everyone wants to work with SolidWorks experts only. So it's important for you and for everyone that learn this tool. If you are an engineer, and if you want to be into the design industry, and if you want to have some CAD software knowledge, then this is the software that you can start learning. And that's why we are using and trying to learn this software, that is SolidWorks. Now just give me a second, there is one more thing that we have to figure out. Just give me a second, guys. uh, where is the yes. Okay, so these were the things that everyone will talk about, like why you should learn SolidWorks. But see, there are difference between the CAD tool and the design for manufacturing. So the tools you can learn anytime. Like if you want to get started into SolidWorks, you can learn anytime. You can learn the CAD to other CAD tools as well, like AutoCAD, like CATIA and other softwares. But the only matter is that you have to also learn uh, the things in, like, whatever the things you are designing, it should be manufactured, right? Because if you are designing something and it cannot be transformed into an actual product, then there is no sense of designing those things. Because we as a mechanical engineer, our duty is to design anything that can be manufactured, that can impact lives of the people around us, that can impact the nature, that can impact the society. So that is the main purpose, and for that purpose, selecting the right tool is also very important. And this is why we have started learning SolidWorks. Someone is asking, are we going to learn SolidCam too? No, we are not going to learn SolidCam. This is only about SolidWorks. And if you need SolidWorks setup also, you can message me after this session. I will help you with the download, with the install. I can guide you. I cannot sit with you and guide you with the step-by-step process, because it takes very long time. So it's important that you please understand this thing. I will guide you with the complete process from where you can download and the things like that. So don't worry about that. So I was talking about there are two different kind of softwares into the industry. The one is this SolidWorks, that is the 3D software, and other is this AutoCAD. If you have heard about the name, it's a 2D software, right? So all the 2D drawings that you can prepare in AutoCAD, but it's the 3D option in AutoCAD is not very good. But if you want to be and start designing something practical, then you have to get started into SolidWorks, right? Now let's talk about how the SolidWorks has been divided and what are the nomenclature basically of SolidWorks file. So right now on your screen, all of you can see my screen, right? Just write S into the chat box. If all of you can see my screen, just write S into the chat box. Okay, so thank you. So here you can see this is the SolidWorks we have. It's a SolidWorks makers license, not a professional license, but it's everything is same, right? And why I am using maker license is because it's completely affordable for me. I don't have to use the cracked version or any pirated version, because now we work as a company, and it can be very trouble for us if we'll use the cracked version or any kind of pirated version. And I also don't recommend anyone to use such versions in 2025, because SolidWorks now have so many options. You can check out their student version SolidWorks, and they are very affordable. Like sometimes it's also free. Like if you'll keep checking out their website, they're also running so many of uh, uh, coupons and things like that, from where you will get free license for 1 year. So now we have SolidWorks Makers license, and this is what you can see right now. So it generally works on the cloud, most of the things. So you have to install the software onto your PC, and rest of the time it will get connected to the cloud. So you will also be able to save your file into the cloud, right? So that is the thing. So now you can see we have SolidWorks Makers license active on your screen. So whenever you will first launch your SolidWorks after the installation, you will see this screen, a big logo onto the center of the screen like this, and then all the tools that you can see around, and there is not much tool when you will simply start. So here is the thing. Now onto the top left corner, you will find these basic options like file, view, tools, like we used to see in any other softwares, right? And then we also got the home tab over here. So if you click on the home tab, there you can see a new window just popped up, and in this new window, on the top here you can see there are three different file types, right? The first file type is the part, second file type is the assembly, and third file type is the drawing. So for example, let's say if you are creating any PDF and if you want to save it, what will be the version of it? Can anyone write into the chat box what is the file extension of PDF? Or any image file, you can also write file extension for the image file. What usually it is, just write into the chat box, because I want you to interact with me also. Then these sessions will be more learning, like you will not get bored and you can learn something practical today, but you have to make sure that you are interacting with me. So just write what is the file extension of PDF files or image files. Yes, correct, it is .pdf, right? So whenever you are saving any PDF file, it got saved as a any name.pdf. In the similar manner, if you'll save an image, it will get saved as a any name.jpeg, right? Or PNG. So whenever you will open those, you will get an image, right? And to open those things also, you need a software like an image viewer for image. To open PDFs, you need a Acrobat reader, right? PDF viewers. So those are the things. In the similar manner, SolidWorks file are getting saved into three different file formats. And those three different file formats are, first is .sldprt. The first file format is .sldprt. So if I'll open this, let me just annotate something. Yes. So the first file format is .sld, you can see on the screen .sldprt. So this is the first file format. So whenever you will save any SolidWorks drawing, it will getting saved as a any name. Let's write any name. I will write body. I will give the name is as a body .sldprt. So this is the first file format. Whenever you are saving any file, it will get saved like this, and you can change the name. Now the second file format, like let's say it's not a part. And when we talk about parts, what is the parts and what is different between assembly and parts? So let me show you. It's simple. Just let me open a simple drawing so you can understand that. And guys, again, if you have any questions or anything, you can keep writing into the chat box, because whenever we'll open the window, we can answer it quickly by reading the questions. So it's important. So here you can see, let's say we have, all of you can see my screen, right? So right now you can see we have this assembly of here you can see a simple faucet, right? It has multiple parts. You can see the part has been divided into here as a separate parts. There are 3 different parts and then a final assembly. So this is the difference between part and assembly. So every single component is known as part, and for that the extension we used to keep it, for that the extension we keep is body.sldprt, right? And once it became assembly, the extension becomes, again let me write, this extension becomes here. Second is SLDASM. So this is the extension for the assembly file. Like whenever you will save your drawing as an assembly, for example, on my screen here you can see this is the drawing, something layout B. I had saved it as an assembly file, and that's why its extension is SLDASM, right? That's why its extension is SLDASM. So this is the thing. Let me check if someone is commenting. People are not able to find class link. Check your email. Okay guys, and keep mute yourself, otherwise it can disturb other members. Just give me a second. Okay, so here you can see I was talking about, just give me a second, copy invite link. Some people want that invitation link, not this one. Okay, so here you can see I was talking about the assembly. .sldasm is for the assembly, .sldprt is for part file, and then there is the last option that says drawing. And if we'll start this one, it will get saved as a .sldrw, right? So the third is SLDDRW, right? So even the name itself explains, like SLD is for SolidWorks and PRT is a part file. So by reading the extension name itself, you can estimate that whether it's a part, it's an assembly, or it's a drawing, right? In the same manner for the assembly file, and in the same manner for the drawing file. So here you can see we have this SLDPRT, that is the part file. Then we also have the SLDASM, that is the assembly file, and we don't have here any drawing file. So any assembly that you are going to start, any drawing that you're going to start after launching the SolidWorks, all start with a single component, that is a part file. So whatever you will create will get saved as a .sldprt. So let's go back to our SolidWorks. So here is our SolidWorks that you can see right now onto your screen. And now whenever you will click on this home tab, you will open this, you will be able to see this window from where you can start any of the 3 file types. So as a beginner, when you are just getting started into the SolidWorks and you have very limited experience, you have very limited tool knowledge, at this point you will only be starting from this part file. So simply come over here, click on the part, and a new drawing will get started, right? Just give me a second. I will just remove this. new drawing will get started like this. Here you can see now we are ready to create a part file. So this is the one way, but let's close it. Now the second way to start the new part is go to this file option, and from here also you can start. You just have to click on this new option and new thing will get started, new part will get started. So the moment I will go into this file option here and will click on this new, here I can see it is asking whether you want to start a part file, whether you want to start assembly or drawing file. So from here, which one I want to start, I can select that, I can press OK, and it will start it, right? It will start with the all defined features and everything. But most of the times when you are just new to the tool, you always have to start with part file only. So here I will select part, I will press OK, and boom, here you can see my tool window just got opened in all default values, like everything is onto the place where it has to be. And in your case, when you are first installing the SolidWorks tool, you will also be getting the same interface. So this is where we can start creating our drawing. So we'll learn about this tool workspace in a moment, but first we'll learn what are the ways to start a new part file. So the first way was clicking on this home tab. The second way was to going on to this file menu, and the third way is just simply press Ctrl+N on your keyboard. Simply Control key and N key on your keyboard, and the moment you will press on your keyboard, a window will pop up like this from where you can start. Right. So there are three ways to start a new part file. And apart from this, if you know any other process as well, any other steps as well, then definitely you can suggest into the group. Right. I want also, if someone is having or coming up with any knowledge, then definitely you should share with us. Right. If you have any other way to start a new drawing or a new part or a new assembly. So right now we are going to start a new part again. I will use the keyboard method, that is Ctrl+N. So that's a very simple and shortcut method, Ctrl+N. And here you can see I will select this part, I will press OK, and new part is just getting started. Simple new part with completely, there is nothing into this right now, no sketch, no design, a simple fresh new part, like we used to launch any Word file with empty content or any image file, right? Similarly. So right now here you can see. So once the tool just got started, onto the top here you can see it has all the menu option over here, right? Earlier it was just file menu and edit menu, but now we have multiple options over here. So from here if we'll go on to this file menu, here you can see we have these settings. These settings are all related to saving your drawings or starting a new drawing or opening the last recent one, or if you want to print your objects. And there are so many stuff, you don't have to confuse from there. The only important thing when you click on this file menu option is this new, by using which you can start a new file, or open, like if you want to open any existing file from your computer, you can use this option, or open drawing, or close it, right? So these are the basic options. Apart from this, save to this PC, because whatever the things you are creating inside SolidWorks, you also want to save it, right? So by using this option, you can save your content or drawing into your PC or anywhere, like if you want to save with a new name or something. Then we got the share option. If you are installing a student version or activated licensed version, then you will be able to use this option share. So once you will click on this share option, web link will get generated that you can share with your friends, clients, or whoever you want to. Then we got pack and go, and just forget about these things. So from file menu, you can access the basic options, right? Then the edit menu, that is not active at this moment, because once we'll activate some objects or create some objects into this design, then you will be able to see. So these are the basic tools onto the top. That is not really important. The main tools that are important at this moment, the top you can see over here, these tools, these are called tool panels, right? So right now we are into feature tool panel, right? So there are multiple tool panels inside SolidWorks. And if you click on these different tool panels, you can see it also have different tools. Some tools are active, some tools are not active. So if you have SolidWorks installed into your PC, just check it out. It should look similar to this tool panel with some tools active and some tools deactive once you will start a part drawing. And there is nothing into this drawing at this moment. That's why some tools are active and some tools are not active. So there are different tool panels, as you can see, sheet metal, weldments, direct heating, markups. So there are different types of tool panels. So at least you should have remember, you do not have to remember, actually you have to keep in your mind that these are the tool panels available inside SolidWorks, and those tool panels are feature, sketch, surface, weld, sheet metal, weldments. And all these tool panels are provided in SolidWorks just to make your task easier. For example, if you are developing a sheet metal product, then definitely all tools related to sheet metal designing you will be able to find under this tool panel only, right? If you are working on a, let's say, surface related product, like surfacing, like car body, like automobile body parts you are designing, then you will be able to find tools related to that inside the surface workspace only. So that way, but when you will start the SolidWorks tool and start your SolidWorks journey, the main panels I will say is the feature and sketch. These two are the panels where you will be spending most of your time designing a product, designing a part, right? So on this top, this is known as tool panel. Now, below the tool panel, this window that you can see here, right, it has different options that you can see. This is called design tree, or we also call it feature manager, right? And here you can see whatever the steps you will take to design something. For your reference, I will open a simple something. Let me just open something so I can show you. So let's say I had opened a part, for example. So I have designed something, right? And if you'll see onto this design tree, each step that I had taken to design this complete part, you will be able to find under this design tree option only. And why each steps is getting recorded, why each steps are recorded over here in a sequence manner, is because let's say if you want to make a update into this design, or if you want to make any change to the any feature of this design, then you can just come to your design tree and track that feature, and you can change it, you can edit it. That's why inside SolidWorks design tree all the features are getting recorded, right? All features are getting arranged over here in a sequential manner. Like this boss extrude is coming before circular pattern, because first we created the boss extrude, then we did the circular pattern. That's why I call it, it's a top to bottom approach. A top to bottom process is being followed over here, and that's why you will be able to see all these features over here. So whenever you are designing something, and whenever you will start designing something, you will find all the steps recorded over here. And that's why we call it design tree, right? Because tree have lots of branches, right? And all branches are connecting with other sub branches as well. And that's why we call it design tree. And inside design tree, and we also call it feature manager, there is this first thing that say feature manager design tree, right? And if we'll move on to the second option, that is known as properties. But right now it is empty. Why? Because nothing is selected. And once we'll select something, let me select a body. So if I'll select a body, okay, so this is not going to work like this. So inside properties panel, you will be able to see the properties of the objects or the designs you are creating. That will show you in a moment, right? After that, we got configuration manager. So the configuration manager is a little bit like an advanced thing. For example, for this product, if you want to create different variations, right? Right now it has only one variation, but if I want to create different variation, then using this configuration manager, we can create different variations, and accordingly we can keep it, right? Whatever the variation we need, or whatever the variation my client need, I can send it to them. After that, we got the dim expert manager, from where you can control your GDT options into your drawing. So these are a little bit advanced, just forget about that. The main thing was this design tree. And then we got this appearance tab, and by using appearance tab, you can apply different materials, textures, like if you want to make it green, blue, or something like that, or any other leather texture, or if you want to apply stone texture to this design. By using this option, by this feature over here, using this display manager, you can do that, right? So those are the things you can do through this feature manager option over here, right? So these are the things, and this will always, you will be able to find onto the left side by default, that you can change. For example, if I want to hide this complete design tree, I can click on this option over here, and just by moving my cursor, you can see it says hide. If I want to hide my design tree, there you can see if I'm keeping my cursor, it will simply highlight that from this feature you can hide your design tree. So you can see it just got hidden onto the left side. So if you don't need that while doing your designing or navigating through your design, then you can simply hide it. But if you want it back, simply click on it and it will come back. Right. So all the time you will be able to find this option onto the left side of this panel. Okay. So someone is saying like, please add in Zoom meeting. Okay, so I added you already, I think. Pravat, are you into the meeting, right? Just write into the chat box. Okay, so we got something like, show me the boss extrude. Yes, definitely, Aman, I will show you the boss extrude. We'll go step by step. This is just, I'm just showing you the tool features and options, and we'll go step by step. Okay, so MD is saying, CAF is saying, sir, you are too fast. Okay, we'll go a little bit slow. So this is the thing, the design tree that you can see onto the left. Now, onto the top middle center, here you can see these tools that you can see, we call it navigation panel. Right? And when I use this word navigation, this means all the tools that you can see here is related to navigate. Like if you want to navigate across your 3D model, like if I have created something into my design, if I want to navigate, like if I want to see it from the bottom, by using these tools, we can do that, right? So that's why it is called as navigation panel, and all the tools related to navigate, you can find it over here. For example, the first tool that you can see is this zoom to fit, right? Let's say, since this is my design area where you can see my model, right? This is my design area. Now let's say if I want to zoom in onto this hole, right? Or if I want to make this object to fit into my screen, right? Then what we can do, we can click on this, and here you can see it just got fit onto my screen. Even if I'll zoom it out, and it is now we cannot see it, and now we are confused where to find the model, what to do to bring it back. Simply click on this zoom to fit, and whatever parts or assembly files or sub-assembly files is available into your drawing, into your design, it will directly come onto your screen and it will take the maximum space possible. That's why this tool is called zoom to fit. And the keyboard shortcut is F, that you can use from your keyboard. Like let's say it is zoomed out, and if you press F, here you can see it's getting fit onto your screen, right? So if you learn these keyboard shortcuts, small keyboard shortcuts, then definitely you will be able to little bit of time, able to save little bit of time. So it's important. It's not very important, because as a designer, your primary focus is to be on, like, design should be optimized for manufacturing. It is not like you are saving some 5 minutes or 10 seconds of time inside CAD tools. It's not that much important. So even if you can do it through your mouse, that's completely fine. Now the second tool that you can see into this navigation panel, and that tool is zoom to area. For example, if I want to zoom onto this circular opening only, then we'll activate this tool. You can see the tool just got activated. My cursor just got changed like this tool. And if I click and drag like this to focus onto that area, and if I leave my mouse, here you can see that area just got zoomed into my full screen. So if you want to focus on any area, you can just create that rectangle around that feature, and it will get zoomed in onto your complete screen. So for which these two tools are for zooming and zoom out, right? The next tool is this previous view. Earlier we had zoomed onto this feature, right? If you click on this view, here you can see it is, so it will just take you one step back, right? One step back where you did something, where you had changed some view. So previous view is the option. You can just press Or for this also you can use Control plus G, right? If you press Control plus G, it will take you to one step back, but not into the view. To get a one step back into the view, you have to press Control Shift G. Even in the tool itself, if I'll hover over my mouse, you can see it also giving me the keyboard shortcuts. So there is no need to write down the keyboard shortcuts. I never recommend. There is no need to remember these shortcuts. Even even till date, I have also not remembered any keyboard shortcut, because those are not important. The only thing is important is the process, the design thinking that you can use to design something. That is the most important thing. And that only happens when you start spending time into the tool, start making stuff, any designs that you see around you. For example, let's pick up any pen stand around you and start replicating into the tool. That is the best way of learning, right? And this is one of the bracket I had designed. It's a very simple bracket. It's not like a rocket science or anything. It's one of the most simplest design I did, and I 3D printed it, and it is working very fine. So the important thing is that try to solve the problems around you that you are able to see. For example, you can develop some simple stand for your mouse. You can develop some simple stand for your phone, or you can develop some replacement part for your headphones, and try to replicate that into the SolidWorks. And that is the best way of learning. Doing something that you see around us, reverse engineering that will help you gain the tool knowledge so faster. Right. And all of you can hear me, right? I can see there is no activity into the chat box. Guys, just write I am active. Just write A into the chat box. Everyone, all 25 members have to write. Just write A into the chat box. That all of you are listening to me. 25 members are there. I'm seeing only 2 replies. I just want to see lots of replies into the chat box. Just write A into the chat box that all of you are listening and watching this thing. And again, I'm repeating, maybe when this workshop will get over, even after 7 days, open these videos again and again and try to do the same thing. Go through the tools. Simply click on the tool, activate it. You don't know what to do with that tool, just activate it and see how you can create random lines, how you can create random rectangles, how you can generate some random shapes. Just do it, try it, and see like whether you can save the drawing. If you are saving the drawing, what is the file extension, right? So until okay, so the MD CAF is saying, sir, I didn't understand. So what is the problem in CAF? What is the problem you are facing? Because I had, okay, so Ujwal is saying your voice is so slow, please be loud. I think my voice is clear enough because other members has also clarified. Maybe it's because of some of your setting. Please check out some of your setting. Maybe your voice options is not working great. Just check it out. So guys, that is what we are talking about. So these are the options. Now the next onto the navigation, onto the navigation panel, the next tool is this section view. For example, if let's say if I want to see inside this body. Yes, my voice is clear. MD CAF is beginner. Yes, that's why I'm explaining CAF. I am very explaining from as the beginning. Nothing I had talked about very advanced. Even I had not started designing anything. I am just telling you the tools, where it is and what it can do. So just see where are all the tools and what you can achieve with that tools. That is what I am doing. And you will also get the recorded form. You can watch it in maybe 0.5x speed, and you will be able to get all my content, right? So right now, if you'll see this section view tool, and even the name itself explains, and even the icon itself explains. By using this tool, you can see the section view of any object. So if I'll activate this tool, and if it's here, you can see. So along a certain plane, it is giving you the inside preview of the body. And when you activate this section view tool, this does not mean it's actually slicing the body. It is only giving you the view. It is not cutting the body from the center, right? So this is just a preview. This is just for the inspection purpose, right? And once we'll click on accept over here, this section will get recorded into my design tree, right? If I'll click on finish, Here you can see section just got created, recorded into my design, right? And anytime if you want to turn it off, you can turn it off from here. Right now it is turned on. Here you can see it's selected. And if I want to turn it off, this section view, I can click on it and it is turned off, right? Then after this, a very important tool and is here, and this tool is views. For example, this body that you can see, let's say if you want to see this body from the top, how you will do? You will go on to this option, and here you can see this says you can see body from the top. Sorry, this is front, sorry, this is top. So we'll click on this. My view style just got changed to top view, right? My view style just got changed to top. Yes, we'll come on to the planes and everything, but just wait. I'm just showing you the navigation tool first. Then once we'll start explaining in the sketch, we'll start from very beginning. Don't worry about that. Right now we are just going through the navigation tool, and these navigation tools are important, right? So from this view cube, I can go on different side of view. For example, right view, left view, or there are different types of views, almost 6 types of views. And you can see also there is one isometric view, like if you want to see your view as an isometric design style, right? So that we can do as well. Then we got this visual styles options. Right now you can see this object, you are able to see all the edges, right? All the faces. Why? Because visual style right now is this shaded with edges. If we'll change this to shaded only, you cannot see the lines. There you can see it looks like a more kind of a smooth object, because in reality there is no edges visible. In most of the cases things looks like this only, right? And then we have different options as well, like hidden lines, like this. So these are just visual styles that we can change, like how we want to see our model. But the best visual style is always this shaded with edges, right? And in this style it looks much better. So these were the things. So these are all navigation tool. And onto the right you will be able to see some these options that you can see over here, like this file explorer and these views that you can activate, view palettes, then this visual style manager and the other stuff that this will actually change based on the SolidWorks license you are using. Now the next important thing is, the first was tool panel, the second was design tree, and third was navigation panel over here. And the next is this is your mouse, right? So right now I am using this external mouse that you can see. It's a simple mouse I am using, not very expensive, not very simple, because if you want to do CAD, if you want to use CAD, you have to use a little bit of good quality mouse. That's what I am using right now, and it's a very nominal mouse. So it has 3 clicks at this moment, right, left, and this bottom scroll wheel, right? And it also works as a click, right? You can click this scroll. So I'm using it. So if I will scroll my wheel onto my mouse towards front, there you can see I am zooming out. And if I will scroll my wheel towards back, I mean towards me, it is zooming in. So by using your mouse scroll wheel, you can also zoom in and zoom out your 3D model. And the area where you will zoom in or zoom out will depend upon your cursor position. So if our cursor is over here, and here if I'll zoom in, there you can see I'm zooming in over here. Again we'll zoom out, and now I will move my cursor onto here and I will zoom in onto this area. So it's so important for you that always take care of your cursor position while navigating across your 3D model using your external mouse. Now your mouse have 2 clicks, right? One is right click, other is left click, right? So if you make a right click, you will be able to select any feature. For example, for this body, I had selected this face. So I made a right click and it got selected. Now, once it is selected, if I will keep clicking, it will only select the next face and it will deselect the last one, right? So if I am this one, if I selected this one, and now if I want to select this one, if I'll click on this, that will get deselected, and now this one just got selected, right? So this is the way to select different faces. If you want to select multiple faces, then press Control, then press Shift on your keyboard, keep pressing it, and then you can keep adding different faces. So this is the way to select features using your mouse. Then we got the left right click also, sorry. And most of the times you will be using the left click only of your mouse. And whenever if you want to come out of anything, for example, if I selected this one and I don't want to select it, simply press escape onto your keyboard and all the selections or any active commands with your cursor will get away, right? So always try to use combination of your keyboard and mouse while using the CAD tools like SolidWorks. Now let's get back to our basic from where we can start. So this was about the navigation tools from where you can find the tool. And some people are asking like if I did something wrong, I want to get to default, like I want to reset all the workspace. Somehow you had misplaced the tools, or if you're not seeing these options on a place where it should be, then what you can do? Very simple. Click on this tool options and you can go on to this options menu over here, right? It will open this system option, right? Here you can see that says reset, right? So the moment you will click on reset, it will reset everything to the default value, right? So all the time you will find that options into the tool menu under this here as options. Just activate this one, click on reset, click on OK, and everything will get into the default state. So if you did anything wrong, if you have moved anything wrong, there is nothing to worry. You had not did any blunder mistake. You just somehow misplaced that thing that you can reset at any moment of time, right? You have the full control. Now, again, I'm starting this very simple part file from the very beginning. So let me close this one. Now, until this point, if you have any question. Okay, so Swaraj is asking, can we get SolidWorks Makers license? Yes, you can get SolidWorks Makers license, but it's not free. It's a paid tool, and you have to spend around 2,500 or 2,600 something for 1 year license. The only limitation with this license that you can see right now on your screen is that whatever the files you will create from this license, like SolidWorks part file or assembly file or drawing file, that will be compatible with only Makers license only. You cannot open that file into the commercial versions like a standalone license. That is the main thing. So if you're not really worried about the sharing the files, and if you want to only want to explore or learn the things, then you can just activate this license. This is completely available on the official SolidWorks website. You don't have to contact any third party or person. Great. Okay, guys, so we are back in the default state. From here, everyone listen carefully. Whenever you will first launch your SolidWorks, you will see a screen like this, exactly like this. There will be nothing different, right? So first thing you have to do is, if you want to design something, you have to start a part file, for which the extension will be .sldprt only if you'll save the file. So if I'll click on this, so there are 3 ways to start a new file. I had already shared earlier, but here I will use this one, the next option, that is go to the file option and click on this new, right, to activate a new drawing, new part file. I will click on new. I will select this part option over here. Don't change anything, any advanced option or anything. Just don't click anywhere. Simply select this part, click OK. And here you can see I'm ready to start my first part file, right? And let's, in mechanical design, in any parametric CAD software, everything starts with a sketch. Like if you want to create any 3D model, it always starts with a sketch. It only happens in parametric softwares like SolidWorks, AutoCAD, CATIA, UGNX, or Solid Edge. So all these softwares If you want to do something, it all starts with a sketch. So the first thing that we have to do is create a sketch. But before that, if you'll notice the design tree, it has been structured in a manner, right? And there are few default options are over here, right? So right now, this part that I just started, I had not saved it, right? So the first thing always I will do, I will save this design. Even if it is empty, I will save it first. So I will go on to this file option and I will click on this save to this PC, right? Or you can also use control keyboard shortcut control plus S. So whenever you click on save to this PC, you have to define the location where you want to save. Let's say I want to save it on desktop. Then I have to give the name. Let's write it sketch1. So I had given it name sketch1, and by default the file extension is already given .sldprt because it's a part file, right? I don't have to change anything. I will simply click on save and it just got saved onto the desktop. And onto the top, you can notice the name just got updated, sketch1.sldprt. And this same name also got updated into the design tree also, sketch1, here you can see, right? Now, this design tree have few components by default you will find in every part file. The first is this history option. Second is this sensors option. Third is annotations. And if we expand the annotations, you can see notes and unassigned item. Don't worry about these things. The materials option, because if you are creating something in 3D, it should have some material as well, but you don't have to define because material matters only if you want to manufacture it or if you want to make some simulation onto it. But if you only want to design into SolidWorks, material doesn't matter most. Then the most important one is this planes. So the first is this front plane, right? So here you can see this is the front plane. Second is this top plane. So by default, these planes were turned off. So what I did, I had turned on the front plane. Here you can see now it is firm blue. This means this is turned on. Now the top plane, and the moment I will click on the top plane, I will get these 4 options. So to show the panel, I have to turn this show option. And now you can see this is top plane. And this is right plane, I will turn it on as well. So by default, all the time inside SolidWorks, you will find these 3 default planes: front plane, top plane, and right plane. And do you know what is the intersection point of 3 different plane is called? Can anyone into the comment box write it? Just write it into the chat box. What is the point that is the intersection of these 3 plane is called? Just write into the chat box. 0, 0, 0. Yes, that is not origin. Correct. So 0, 0, 0 is the coordinate and name is origin point. And then on the bottom here you can see this is the origin point. And the moment I will move my cursor to this, on the screen you can see it is getting highlighted, right? Origin. Here you can see. Even if I'll zoom in, you can see this is the origin, right? So by default, these 4 options will always be there whenever you will start a part drawing. 3 planes and a origin, right? And on these planes and with reference to this origin only, we can start creating something. And again, I'm repeating, rotate your mouse, scroll wheel onto your mouse towards yourself to zoom in and towards away from yourself to zoom out like this. And all the time if you want to make a fit onto screen, click on this. If you want to zoom onto any particular area, make a rectangle where you want to zoom like this. So it's easy to use mouse, external mouse, while working with CAD tools like SolidWorks. Super simple. Thank you, Suhas, Sis, and thank you, man. Yes, it's origin. Now, front plane, top plane, right plane, and origin. Now, if you have studied mechanical engineering, or even if you did diploma, then definitely you should have gone through these terms. Angle of projection, right? So there are 3 angle of projection. Oh, no, sorry, 4 angle of projections, right? first angle, second angle, third angle, and fourth angle of projections. So in CAD tools, basically, angle of projections doesn't really matter, right? Now, this is the front plane, this is the top plane, and this is the right plane. All the time you can also turn these ops, just click on the plane, then click on this hide option. It will get turned off. So you can bring it back as well. Now let's go change the view. If I want to go to the top view of these, how we can do that? How you can see this top plane from the top? So we'll go to this option, view orientation, and from here I will click on this top option, and now I can see in a top view. And for each view style, if you will move the cursor, you can see it says the view type and the keyboard shortcut. So if I'll press Ctrl+3, I will be able to see the same from the left view, right? If I'll go to the other view, like front, I can press Ctrl+1. So all the views have been defined based on the view orientation, and you also got the keyboard shortcuts. Okay, so sir, why the screen default WCS is not aligned with our plain WCS? WCS is always aligned inside SolidWorks. There is nothing like that. The things that you can see onto this area over here, this X, Y, and G. Y is green in color, X is red in color, G is blue in color. So these are the three axes. So whenever you are working in 3D, you will always be working with three different axes. So this is just a presentation. This is not the position of these coordinates. This is just a presentation that whenever you are working inside SolidWorks, these are the three axes, right? The actual coordinate system is turned off at this moment. And from where you can turn it on? Click on this option, and here you can see, if I activate this, here you can see the origin just got activated. So my WCS is always onto the origin, but by default, I turned it off like this. Most of the time by default, it is turned off, but you can turn it on or turn it off. But inside 3D modeling software, the coordinates actually doesn't matter, right? It only matters in case of 2D softwares like AutoCAD. In 3D software, just forget about the concepts, the process, the coordinate systems, the coordinates that you use to define the position of the object that you have learned. Just forget about those things. 3D software things works completely different, and here we work mostly with planes, and the default planes are always right plane, front plane, and top plane. Okay, anyone have any questions up to this point? Just let me know, because today's session is all about user interface and how we can know where the tools are, right? So these are the things. Now we have learned about how we can save the file. Either you can click on file and click on save to this PC, or else you can click on this save icon that says save to this PC. And if you'll expand this save icon, there are multiple kind of save, right? One is save to this PC. This means we can save this file locally onto my hard disk on my computer, right? The second option is save as new, right? This option actually is like if you want to save the same file sketch1 with a new version as a new name, how you can do that? Then go on to this option and activate this tool called save as new, right? Save as new. And then you can save this same file with a new name. I can write it sketch2, and again onto my desktop I can save it. So both versions are again on my screen, sketch1 and sketch2 also. So you can rename any file and save it using this save as option. Save all means, let's say if you have multiple designs open onto your drawing, you can use this option save all, and all of them will get saved. And the last is share. So I told you the share will, if you click on the share, it will start generating the web link that you can share with your friends or family, by using which they can also navigate across the model and see it from different angles. So these saving is important. Always remember, whenever you are working in any SolidWorks design or drawing, keep saving your drawing using Ctrl+S keyboard shortcut after a certain interval of time. But apart from this, if you'll go into the system options that I told you few moments earlier, go into the tool, activate these options, and here in the system options general, here you can see, if you'll see this general, right now we are inside this general options, right? And here there is a thing called, if we'll go on to the document properties, okay, here we have a very important thing that I want to share is this, okay, yes, backup and recovery. So here you can see, by default inside SolidWorks, after every 10 minutes, right, SolidWorks will keep creating backups of your file. Even if you are so busy while working in your design or drawing or assembly that you forget to save, right? So after each 10 minutes, SolidWorks will by default keep saving your files. So this thing you can change it, right? If you want to change it to like 1 minute, you can change it. You have the control, you have the option. But since I have the habit to keep saving my files, so I don't play with the default settings that is being provided inside SolidWorks. But again, I'm repeating, you have that option. Now, whenever you work in a drawing or any design inside any CAD tool, you have to follow a system of unit, right? When I talk about system of unit, there are different types of system of unit, right? SI unit, right? FPS unit. So there are different types of system of unit. So how you will know that for your design inside SolidWorks, what is the default system of unit is active at this moment? How you will know that? So that you can find from the right bottom corner. So if you'll go into this right bottom corner, here there is an option called, if you'll expand this, these are the system of units available inside SolidWorks, right? By default, this one is active, mmgs. The shortcut of millimeter, gram, and second is known as mmgs, right? So whatever the things or design will create at this moment will get created in millimeter. And if it's 3D object, its weight will get calculated in gram, right? And if we'll create any animation out of it, it will get measured in a second. So this is the currently active system of unit right now at this moment. And this I also called SI unit, right? mmgs is also known as SI unit, millimeter, gram, second. We have other system of units as well. For example, in India, we mostly work with mmgs. But if we'll move to US, they prefer to work with IPS units like inch, pound, and second. They measure any weight in pound. They measure any length in inches and feet. That's why IPS is very common standard in US or European countries, whereas mmgs is very common in Asian countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. So I think all of you have read about this system of units during your studies, right? Then there is also a system of unit that is known as MKS, right? So MKS is basically meter. MKS is basically meter, kilogram, second. Okay, so I can see some Basnavi Sunil has already submitted the assignment also. So it's super fast. I had not even talked about the assignment so far. And he or she even submitted the assignment as well. We'll come on to that later. So MKS, okay, Swaraj Deep Sharma has also successfully submitted the assignment. Okay. Anyway, guys, we have to do it a little bit seriously because whatever the things we are learning, we should implement in a step-by-step process, right? We don't have to be in a hurry. If you are so expert, you are doing it so fast, that's really good. But otherwise, there are so many people who are just getting started. So I have to keep that pace as well. So right now, mmgs is active. Anytime if you want to change system of units, just come on to this option over here. You can change it, right? MKS. Even if you want to create a customized system of unit, like in these 4 options, if you are not able to find your system of unit, for example, here we don't have option to feet, right? Feet, pound, second. So how we can do that? How we can create that? So we'll click on edit document units, right? And then we have the options to define over here. If you want to create a custom one, you can create new system of unit with a new name, right? And then we can add it and apply it to my drawing or design. So we have that option as well. So all the time, remember, uh, whenever you are starting the first part file, make sure you at least checked once what is the active system of units. Otherwise, creating a complete drawing, if you'll find that system of unit was not right, it could be a waste of time, or it could be it could bring us so much problem. So it's super important, it's super necessary that once you start a new part or assembly, at least once check the system of unit. Right? Any questions up to this point? Anyone? All of you? If you have any questions, please let me know. Okay, so I can see there are so many people right now active into the chat box. And again, all of you, if you're watching me, if you're not sleeping, just write K into the chat box. Everyone, K. Write the letter K into the chat box. Everyone. Okay. Aman, thank you. Mahendra, thank you so much. Others, thanks for listening. Guys, now there is one more thing that I want to talk about. Why I had made this webinar. Why I had made this webinar paid. Like earlier, I was also doing workshops that were free, right? And why I had made this paid, because 99 is not going to make a big difference into my portfolio, but still why I had made it paid is because people were not taking it seriously. Even the learners are not coming, and they were posting so much spam. And just to filter out that spam, I had made it a minimum amount that I can do for this workshop, because teaching you SolidWorks for straight 7 days in this amount is not justified. But still I am doing this because I want to learn, I want to share whatever I had learned during my complete freelancing journey, my startup journey. I just want to share with all of you. So I had worked on so many projects related to SolidWorks and everything. And every one of all of you, if you want to turn on your camera, that's not a problem, guys. If you are comfortable, you can do it. There is nothing like you have to turn it off. There is no deadline for the assignment. You can submit your assignments anytime. After once we'll finish this complete boot camp, we'll give you at least a week of time to submit this assignment. There is no deadline, but still you will, all of you will receive the certificate of participation. Right? It's important that at least attend all the 7 days and learn the concepts that I'm sharing. So we got 3 planes. Sir, yes.
I have a doubt.
Just give me a second. Just give me a second.
Okay, sir.
Just in 5 minutes, we'll start taking the questions. You can ask anything. So guys, this was about the system of units, right? Now, let me check if I had missed something that we have to discuss for today. So today's session was mostly about going through the interface, going through the tools, position, location, how to save file, how to do the management. Now, if you remember, we have saved this part file 2 times, one with the name sketch1, other with the name sketch2. Now, if I'll go to my desktop, here you can see these are the 2 files, sketch1.sldprt file format that is being saved on a certain time, and then this is sketch2 with again .sldprt file format with the sketch2 name. So whatever the designs you will create, you can save it anywhere onto your PC or local computer, right? I talked about the mouse scroll wheel. It's super important for you if you want to keep working as a CAD designer or design engineer. At least take a mouse of, don't spend too much, at least a decent quality mouse, so the things will work more fine. You will be able to work more efficiently. I'm not recommending any product because all of you are engineer. You can apply your general knowledge, means apply your experience, apply your marketing capabilities, and as per your budget, you can buy some good mouse, right? Then we talked about creating new part file. That is very easy. Simply there are three steps, three processes I explained by using which you can start a new part file. So this was all about, I think, for the today's session. And from tomorrow, we'll diving into creating a sketch, and that will be more fun because generating a sketch and defining it completely, applying the perfect constraint is super important. So now we are opening the window for your questions. If you have any questions, please unmute. Don't unmute all of everyone. Just write your name first into the chat box. Then you can start asking your questions. You can unmute yourself. So it's a 5 to 10 minutes of window. If you have any questions, since it's the first day, I'm taking all of your questions. Unmute your mic, ask your questions. Don't hesitate.
Hi, sir.
Chaitanya, yes, Chaitanya,
I
please.
have two doubts.
Yeah,
My first doubt is where is the if in case these classes are missing or not, I'm already these classes attending for any emergency situations in my college timings. So that's why a small material like shortcut keys or any material is provided in WhatsApp groups
yes, I
after
will
completing
do.
course.
See, yes, definitely I will do. I will provide you the keyboard shortcuts. But again, I'm telling you, using the keyboard shortcuts will not make you fast. The time that you will spend in learning the keyboard shortcuts doesn't going to make a difference. I will always recommend and suggest the engineers to same time you can spend learning on the manufacturing processes, like how you can design something for injection molding, how you can design something for sheet metal, what are the considerations, what are the constraints, what are the material options available. So if you spend the same time onto those things, those will be more important. You can simply use your mouse, you can navigate onto the tool, and you can activate any tool. Why to spend time to learn shortcuts? Means even if it's able
Oh,
to save 10 minutes of time compared to other designer, that is not going to make much difference if your design is finally not much accurate and manufacturable.
okay. And where is the assignments in this
Yeah,
group?
guys, you will able to find the assignment into the same dashboard. I will just show you. So you have to open your browser, like any browser you are using. Just let, just give me a second. Let me bring. So let's say you have any browser, Chrome or whatever. Simply open the website, right? You can open the website like this. Not this one. Sorry. The website is same. I'm using a different browser. So you just have to open this website where you have registered for the course, and the moment you will log in, you will be able to see your dashboard and your profile, right? Also, I suggest every one of you to go to your profile and change your name. If you have written something shortcut, change it to full name, because this is the name that is going to appear finally in the certificates. So correct your name. Go to the profile after logging into this website. Go to the profile and change your correct names. Right. And once you are into this website, click on this My Purchase option. Right. Then go to this course that you had purchased. Right. And there you can see under day one, I have already uploaded the assignment, but you don't have to complete this assignment today, because this assignment is all about doing a sketch that we'll be learning tomorrow. So just ignore at this moment. The same assignment you have to submit, finish tomorrow. There is no necessary deadline that you have to submit. This is a like optional thing that if you want to submit, it's good for you. If you don't want to submit, that's completely fine. You can spend the same time onto some other productive task as well.
Sir, only SolidWorks are available in the course in your company, not other courses are available, like KTIA.
No,
Is
in
a
my
say,
in if you'll go to the website, right, and if you'll go to the courses, there are some other courses. Most of them are free, that you can check out, like AutoCAD, Fusion 360. Not on CATIA at this moment, but in the coming time we'll be uploading courses on CATIA as well.
okay. Previous classes are available in this same site. And
Yes, yes.
in
All
case,
free classes are available onto the same site. Just go onto the course section.
uh, okay, sir. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. Thank you. Okay, so the Karthik is asking that, sir, time change हो सकता है क्या? Karthik, it's super tough for me as well, and for every one of you. I think this is the best time that we can spend learning on something. Like in the morning, because it's a 7 day class. Like whenever, since it's a weekend today or on Sunday, but after weekends we all have to go to office or to some place where we work or full-time job or part-time job. So in that case, I think this is the best time. So there is no need to come live, and you can also will also get the recording that you can watch whenever you'll get the free time. So I don't think that timing is much concern. I hope I had answered your question. Okay, Ramchandra is asking, should we upload the part file itself or screenshot is enough? Screenshot is enough. Like if you have the part file, you can upload it as well. Ramchandra, that's completely onto you. That's why I given the option, because some people find it little difficult to uploading the part file. So in that case, they can simply take a simple screenshot and they can upload it. Okay. So anyone want to ask anything? Just don't be constrained with the language, because question and answer session is, you can also ask in Hindi. So if anyone have any problems or anything want to ask, want to discuss, please ask. Don't hesitate, because uh, this is the purpose of doing this session live. If you'll ask the question, I will able to clear your doubts onto this live session only. So please do ask if you have any questions. Guys, go ahead, ask your questions. You cannot see.
Sir,
Okay,
one
so
doubt.
yes, yes.
Sir, today's recording class is available in the website, sir.
Yes, once this 7 day session will be over, then only I will able to upload all the recordings. So allow me some time.
Okay.
Once this
So
will
we
be
can
over, I will.
download.
Yeah, it will be available onto the same link. You have to go onto these courses. If you'll go onto this classes, right? Sorry, here my purchases. If you'll go onto these classes, and here only you will be able to find the recordings. On these two options, on third option, a recording of the course will be uploaded. So you don't have to go anywhere else. On the same place, you will get the recording. So just don't worry about it. Okay, so Ujjwal is asking, how to open SolidWorks drawing in ANSYS Workbench. Now, my question to you, Ujjwal, is why you want to open drawing in ANSYS Workbench? Can you please answer? You can unmute your mic and tell me, why do you want to open drawings in ANSYS Workbench? Because ANSYS Workbench is a simulation software. There we only need mesh files, right? Like step files is enough, or STL file is enough to open in ANSYS Workbench. Why you want to open drawings? You cannot do analysis on drawings. Means what
IGS file.
IGS file you can open? Definitely IGS file you can open. You can open. You can import step files. You can import STL files. You can import SolidWorks part files. But you cannot import drawing files, because you cannot do analysis on drawings. I hope I had answered your question. Anyone else? Just ask your questions. Come on. We have very few minutes left. We can conclude the session for the today. Please, guys, please ask your questions. Waiting. I am waiting for the questions, guys. Please ask. And guys, please do share your LinkedIn profile link also into the WhatsApp group. So if I will share any update about this course onto my LinkedIn profile, I can tag all of you into that post. So it's not necessary, but if you'll do it, it will be good for us. So we can reach out to the more design engineers and other related people. So please do. Please share your LinkedIn profile into the WhatsApp group. Questions? I'm waiting for questions. I can see still 17 people are active into this session right now, and very few questions are coming. No, SolidWorks student is not free, but in certain times, Vasant, in certain times it's free. I had seen people are sharing coupon codes for SolidWorks. At that time, you can activate it for free, but I had checked it just a day back. It is not free at this moment, but once it is available for free, I will post that into the group for all of you. You can simply use that coupon code and activate it for 1 year. Okay, so Karthik is asking, आप क्या करते हो? So guys, okay. So basically, I am also a mechanical engineer, graduated back in 2013, and from 2013 up until 2021, I worked as a full-time engineer. I worked as a site engineer, design engineer, uh, and then I started freelancing full time, where I used to support clients from globally on different projects. It could be related to robotics. And from last 1 year, I started a new startup related to 3D printing and CAD design. So where we are supporting MSMEs and companies into their CAD projects, design projects, or any product development projects. So this is what we are doing now. We have a team now, and we also have so many equipments, prototyping equipments that we are using. So this is what I do. I think it's clear to you.
सर मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है
Yes, yes.
स्क्रीन पे जो WCS आता है वो Z सामने की तरफ आता है, लेकिन जब हम वहां पर डिजाइन करते हैं या ड्राइंग बनाते हैं तो Z आपने यहाँ पे ओपन किया था आई के ऊपर, तब जाके उधर Z है ना, वो Z ऊपर आया था, ऐसे क्यों हुआ सर? एक्चुअली आई एम कैम प्रोग्रामर, तो मुझे ये थोड़ा कंफ्यूजिंग हो रहा है, थोड़ा सा डाउट क्लियर कर देंगे सर?
Okay, see. Right now, यहाँ पे if you go into this view orientation, there is a different view that says isometric view, right? So apart from 6 different views, like
Right.
the face of face of 6 sides of a dice, we have 6 different views: top, right, front, like that. And then there is an additional view that says isometric. So if you click on isometric, you can see the Y is towards upward, Z is towards this direction, and X is towards this direction, right? This is called isometric. And the moment we'll change this to top view, you can see the X is, so if we are seeing any object from the top, this orientation will not change, right? So that, because why it is, because whenever you are designing something inside SolidWorks, so in SolidWorks they have defined these axes in a certain orientation. This will never change. So whenever you are designing, by the orientation of this thing, you will be able to estimate that, okay, this is the front view of my part, this is the side view of my part. For example, let me open a drawing so you'll be able to understand better. Let me open this one. For example, let's say this is an object, right? Now, if I will say front view, for some people the front view will be this, right? But for some people the front view will be this, right? How will you know that which is the front view? So it depends upon you, like which view you are defining as a front view. And when you had defined that before starting designing, if you had defined that in my design this is my front view, then accordingly you can go to the front view, or you can go to the front plane itself, and then you can start creating the drawing. Like if I'll go to the front plane, and this is my front view, and if I'll come to the front view, my axis will be like, always front will be like, Z will be towards front, and X and Y axis will be on the top and right. The moment I will rotate it towards like this, now this is the side view. In that case, Z will automatically will be moving like this, and Y will be like towards upward. So we have to define like which view we want to keep as, like what view, whether I want to keep this as a front or as a side, it's on to us. But in SolidWorks, the orientation is fixed. Accordingly, you have to select the planes and start creating your sketch and designs.
Okay, अगर मुझे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करना है तो मेरा Z ऊपर आना चाहिए सर?
This is not important. This is not important that अगर आपको मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करना है, Z should always be upward. Like if this is a 3D model and अगर मुझे इसका मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करना है, अगर Z नीचे भी है, then what is the problem? It's a 3D.
Z plus नीचे Z.
कोई मैटर नहीं करता है, बिकॉज वंस यू विल एक्सपोर्ट दिस ड्राइंग और वंस यू विल क्रिएट अ ड्राइंग फ्रॉम दिस मॉडल, उसमें कोई भी ये जो एक्सिस है इसका ट्रैक नहीं जाएगा. There is no track is going on to the drawings that you are going to create for manufacturing. Or once we'll start sharing this file, like अगर मैं इस फाइल को शेयर करूं as a step file, then there will be no track of access. So it's not important. It's only to track, like अगर आपके पार्ट में, अगर आपके डिजाइन में मल्टीपल पार्ट्स है, तो मींस असेंबली को इजी करने के लिए they have defined certain axes in different orientation. Right. So it's not important key for manufacturing we always have to keep jet upward. You can even keep jet in a vertical orientation or horizontal orientation or towards up front, towards back, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But इससे फर्क क्या पड़ेगा? If we'll change this to, see, this is a back view. अगर if I'll activate the back view, see, this is not a back view. Back view should be this one, right? So बस ये फर्क पड़ेगा, like view orientation, I will be able to get the different views for different names over here. That is only the difference. So for that, what we can do, the moment we are starting in the beginning steps only, we have to select the correct planes to create our designs and drawings, and then everything will be good, and whatever you select doesn't matter.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else? Any questions? Please go ahead. Okay. I think most of you are done. So guys, thank you so much for coming and learning with me. Again, अगर आपको कुछ भी questions है, then you can ask in the WhatsApp group. Group is always open. But it's not like I will always be available to answer. But whenever I will see the questions, I will try to answer that. So please ask your questions in the group as well. And for these 7 days, let's make it super productive, so we can learn more and more, and we can take more out of it. And that's it. And guys, just keep learning. That is the only thing that I want to say. So see you tomorrow, the same time, 8 p.m. And please be ready with the same enthusiasm, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys. Bye. Good night.